Initially, I decided I want to do a more sci-fi orientated trailer with horror elements, but after forming a group and pitching our idea to our media studies teacher, we found that a sci-fi trailer would be hard to pull off. Our media studies teacher said that we lacked a real storyline as it seemed more like a linear section from a film rather than clips from the plot as a trailer normally would be. Maybe we should turn a short story we heard before into a possible movie plot. Night shots in an abandoned building would be hard to achieve without any adequate lighting setup due to the boarded up windows. There is a health and safety issue with the abandoned buildings due to the broken glass and lack of floorboards in some places. The CCTV shots that we had in mind will be hard to use in an abandoned building without our own CCTV setup. We were advised to think about what frightens people, what will the audience see on screen, what will the audience think is about to happen, and what is the quest. After having received this feedback, we decided to recreate our trailer. On this new and reviewed trailer, we were advised to make it clear to the audience why the murderer was killing people. This was good feedback as it gave us extra footage that we could use for making good plot development, and using more vulnerable victims that the audience will be more afraid for would make the trailer scarier through the empathy and genuine fear for the protagonist. As the advice came from our well-qualified and well-practiced media studies teacher who knew how to achieve the top levels in the coursework, we knew that her feedback would help develop our trailer. After I had edited together the rough cut of our trailer, we received back feedback from our media studies teacher, classmates, and an alumni student who had achieved top grades and taken a media degree in university. This was very reliable as the feedback was from people with both experience and knowledge of conventions in media products with a valued individual opinion. Good things about our rough cut were the idealness of the settings. Some of the shots were good, along with the fades for early transitions. These all contributed to building tension. Negative parts in our trailer and things to improve were to fade in the text, make longer shots of intimate moments such as the one showing the antagonist. There were lots of harsh sound and no music, mean there was a lack of attention and atmosphere building. The trailer also ended abruptly without much happening, and we would need darker scenery for typical horror. This feedback proved vital for the production of our final cut, as it gave us things to improve on. From what we were told, we learned that the trailer did a play on the suspense, but ultimately didn't seem much like a horror film as not much happened. It took too long to arrive at the house of the victim, and by that time the audience had become bored with the trailer and were likely to have stopped watching. This information allowed us to realize that we would have to get into the action of the trailer very quickly in order to keep the audience thrilled. We needed quicker transitions in the final cut of our trailer, and so my group partner made the clips that we used in the trailer shorter and therefore made transitions between footage quicker. Also, as we had been told that it took too long for any action to occur, we we made an early jump scare that grabbed the audience's attention whilst catching them off guard. This frightened people, and so we knew that we were successful in answering the first question asked by our teacher. After he'd completed the editing of our trailer, we presented the final cut, which was shown to the class, our teacher, alumni student, and another media class. After they all filled in a small sheet expressing their opinions, we concluded that we had succeeded in applying the soundtrack well in terms of the music and the voiceover, establishing the trailer and a genre, and creating an effective jump scare. However, we did need to remove some of the background noise in some parts, such as the static in the light pulsing scene. We needed to correct some of the lighting in other places, and we needed to make sure that the sound flowed better throughout the trailer, and make some of the transitions in the trailer flow better. I made some final adjustments by quick timing the trailer and downloading the sound, seeing as I didn't have the files to my group partner's cut of the trailer. As a result of our audience feedback, we were able to find that we excelled in areas such as the soundtrack, mise-en-scène, and reshooting or re-editing of areas that were not great in the first place, such as the motorway tilt scene and other heath scenes. Audience feedback allowed us to hone in on the other areas which were not great and could be improved. We found that our weaknesses were in making a fluid running storyline, and from the audience feedback, we were able to figure out the audience expectation, which was one of the questions we were told to think about by our teacher. Thus, we were able to make plans based on developing and linking, editing, sound, and footage. The alerting of these options for improvement was very important in order to create the best possible finished products. I set up a social media Facebook page in order to allow us to garner feedback in the comments section of our work pieces. The comments and success of the page's popularity, gauged through the likes and people talking about it, proved our audience feedback to have helped a great deal in allowing us to make media products that our target audience would like.